Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Project 333, specifically about my winter capsule wardrobe. Hey guys, my name is Kelly. I like to share about our life of secondhand shopping and living intentionally and on purpose. I am married, I have 2 children, we homeschool, I work part-time, and I run this little YouTube channel as just a little side hobby. So if you are new here, welcome, I'm glad you're here. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about my capsule. I want to talk to you kind of about some of the troubleshooting, and I want to show you some inspiration photos. And then I want to end with showing you 5 of my current favorite winter outfits. So let's go ahead and hop in. So the way that it works is you pick 33 items. That includes shoes. It's supposed to include accessories and outerwear, and we'll talk about that. And you change them over every 3 months. So that's where the 333 comes from. This was thought up and invented by Courtney Carver. I first heard about this on a podcast where Courtney was talking to Dawn from The Minimal Mom. So it was on the Minimal Mom podcast. I will link that down below if you feel like your closet could use some work, if you feel like your wardrobe could use some work. This has been a journey for me. I'm still on it. I am nowhere near finished. It has changed the way I dress. It is changing the way that I shop. It's changing the way that I look at thrifting and yard sales. So anyway, there's just a whole lot to unpack and talk about. I've already kind of mentioned this in a previous video, but I actually forgot about doing a winter capsule. And it's just because somehow in my mind, winter clothes and fall clothes were kind of the same. We don't really have extreme winters where I live. It's rare that we get snow. The lowest we see in temperature, like daytime temperature, is usually like around freezing. We still have some cold days and definitely need winter clothing, but in my head I just thought I can use the same set of clothing, and I don't know why it didn't compute with me that I needed to make some changes. There were definitely some pieces that worked for me in the fall. For example, jeans that were more cropped, and mules that were shoes that I slide on and don't have socks with, things like that, that I just was not pulling from in the winter. And I'd kind of been wondering, why do I feel limited for the first time in using this capsule? Why do I feel like I don't have a lot of options? And there were a couple of things that I noticed. Number one, I did not have the right pants. So I shared in my last thrift haul, I'll link that down below, that I needed more pants. I needed longer pants. I needed pants that fit in different ways so that I had different options. So now in my capsule wardrobe, I have a jean that is more of a straight leg that's a little more cropped. I have a straight leg that is very long. I have a wide leg black jean. I have a skinny black jean. I have a mom jean. So I think it was just that versatility that I was missing, and not all pants work with all shoes. And so some of these pants I was wearing with those shoes that showed my ankles, and the balance worked. And then I would try pairing them with my Chelsea boots, and the balance did not work, and it felt kind of off. So that is one thing that I have been learning. Another thing that I've been learning, and I feel like I've seen this on Instagram a lot, and I feel like a lot of people are learning this, is how to style socks. Like, you want to be warm, but you also want to be stylish. So how can you formulate your outfits in ways where your socks show, but it looks fine and intentional? So that's definitely been one thing. The other thing, I mentioned my Chelsea boots. I have a pair of tan booties in my closet, but they have a heel, and I typically don't wear socks with them. But yeah, I just have been realizing like I need a couple more pairs of shoes. So doing this has helped me to see where the holes are, and it has kept me from just buying things because I like them. Whereas before, I was really tempted to buy duplicates of something because it's what I'm drawn to. If I only have 33 items, give or take, that I can allocate towards my winter wardrobe, I don't want to take up 4 of those with sweaters that look nearly identical, you know? And before, that wasn't a problem. I would just have all the white sweaters that I wanted to. I love a white sweater, a cream sweater, an ivory sweater, all of those. I love them. So yeah, I noticed that I need more pants. I got those. And then I noticed that I need a few different pairs of shoes. I need to learn how to style socks. And then I had a couple of jacket needs. One of my sweet friends sent me a lovely winter jacket, and I just It just about brought me to tears. She just sent the sweetest package, and so I now have a heavy winter puffer coat. I mentioned before that I was sort of calling on my clothing to do the job of a jacket, and so I would get up to get dressed in the morning, and on those days that were bitterly cold, I would think I have nothing that's warm enough, and it was because I was missing that top layer. So I have this heavy coat now. I still have a couple more outerwear things that I'm looking for, and again I have a couple more shoes that I'm looking for. So that brings me to how I'm approaching secondhand shopping. So there are times in our life when we are in plenty, and maybe bills are less, maybe income is more, and maybe we are able to fill those holes better. And if we don't find something secondhand shopping, then we can go out and purchase it brand new. Or maybe look on a website like ThredUp or Poshmark, still be discounted from full price, but you can really search for what you're looking for specifically. And then there are those times that are a little leaner and the money's a little bit tight. And I've been through those times a lot where if it's not secondhand, then it just has to wait. So we've been through times of both, and that will continue. That will not change. How I plan to move forward with shopping in Project 333 is still secondhand first, but if there's something that I really want for my capsule, I'm thinking between 3 to 5 things per season. I'm just going to find the things that I really want, if it's in the budget, when it's in the budget, and I'm just going to get those things. It's become so important to the capsule to have the pieces that you need, and I think it's crucial to the capsule working the way that it needs to. It's definitely an interesting balance to be doing Project 333 while also championing thrifting and yard saling, because one of the main cornerstones of shopping in this way is patience. So what I have started doing when I thrift is look ahead a capsule or two. And it's all been a learning experience. So now when I go to the thrift store, I just keep my eye out. Is there anything that maybe would fit my spring, my summer, or my fall capsule? And if I find something, I just tuck it in my bins up at the top of my closet. And then that way when I switch over to the next season, I've already got a few of those things that were on my list. I know that the idea of creating a board on Pinterest is nothing new. I know that people have done this, and I've talked about it even, but it has really helped me to identify what do I want my winter wardrobe to look like. I'm still working on it, I'm still building it, but I wanted to show you just a couple of the pieces and the outfits that really spoke to me.
All right, so I just want to give you a glimpse at my winter capsule pin board. So there's not an awful lot on here. I recently just started this. Basically what you'll notice are layering pieces, and Ali Mashaka, she has been like a style inspiration for me, I have realized. I just think that she kind of exudes this confidence in whatever she's wearing, something that I kind of aspire to, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing Project 333. And then down here at the bottom, there are several models of capsule wardrobes. So let's go through a couple of these more closely. All right, so we have to talk about this one first. When I saw this photo, I gasped. Like, I actually made a noise. I was like, oh, I love this so much. And I think it's just because I identified with it and it looks so cool to me, but also I thought, I think I can actually recreate this. Now this look, I don't know that I specifically want a darker jacket. I think maybe I want more of a camel, but I just love how each of these pieces are really strong on their own. And then whenever you put them together, it just looks so effortless and again, very confident. I loved this because it's showing how you can take just the basic white tee, black pants, and then you can really change the look. These two cardigans that are shorter, that's something that I don't have in my closet that I've been keeping my eye out for. I love these shoes, and I've actually seen those in some spring things that I've been looking at recently, more of like a loafer. And then, of course, this blazer is very similar to the one that I have. Okay, now looking at this winter capsule wardrobe, I love how you can look at these at a glance and see all of the colors, all of the patterns, and then it lays out for you which things are layering pieces, which things are basics. This one in particular, down at the bottom when we get to the shoes, I noticed that there was a taller boot, and that's something that I feel like I've been missing down here with this light brown boot. I think I would want mine to be a little more flat, but just a very understated, no embellishments, no buckles or anything, but just a plain tall boot is something I want to add. All right, so I'm actually not going to do an entire tour of the winter capsule, and the reason is because other than those few additions that I talked about, it's really not that much different than autumn. So I still have my sweaters here. I have a couple short sleeves. I have a few long sleeves. I have my pants and a couple of dresses. I have a button down and one is dirty. And then I have a couple of cardigans. I have a blazer, and then I have a vest, and another one has not been hung back up because I just wore it today. But yeah, that's kind of an overview of the closet, and if you missed my autumn capsule, I will link that down below.
All right, so I promised you I was going to do some winter outfits. So I'm gonna go through, some of these will be very heavily inspired by some of the images that we saw on Pinterest, and some of them are just pieces that I really like. Again, couple of areas that I still want to build on are the shoes and the layering pieces, but this is all about using what you have and enjoying what you have, so we're just gonna go for it.
Okay, so we have to start with that inspiration photo that I said made me gasp. So I have on my J. Crew jeans. These are actually in tall, which is something that I've been missing because now I can style them and there's no gap. And in other words, that keeps my legs warm. I've worn this blazer so much since I got it, but I never would have thought to layer it over a denim shirt open until I saw that photo, and my heart just sang. So you can see I'm very happy. I feel very comfortable in this outfit. I'm so glad that I tried this combination together, and yeah. Okay, so for the next one, we are starting out with this gray turtleneck. I wanted to show you that I discovered I can do this turtleneck 3 different ways. So the first is just to leave it as is. The second way is to tuck it in, and you have kind of like this mock neck or mocktail, as I called it in one of the videos. And then you can also fold it out like this. And I just love that it is subtle, but it gives you a little bit of variation while using the same piece of clothing. All right, so I wanted to show you, these are the booties, and I normally don't wear these with socks, but I thought I would try them with a navy sock since that's kind of one of the areas I'm wanting to get better at, and I actually didn't think it looked too bad. So I'm layering over that a J. Crew vest that I found at a yard sale a couple of years ago, and I think that this just feels good to me. I like the color combination. I like how it feels. All right, now this one is an example of something that I want to work, but for a couple of reasons, it doesn't exactly, and we'll kind of talk about that. Okay, so this is a dress that I would wear in warmer weather, and so I decided to layer a sweater over it, and I'm tucking that sweater underneath the belt. But if you'll notice the shoes, so if it's not too cold, I would just wear those beige booties with nothing, no socks or anything. But when it's cold, I want a layering piece. I think these tall boots that I'm wanting would be the perfect option where it would still look nice, but I could still be warm. So I just kind of wanted to show you that this almost works, but doesn't. All right, so for my next outfit, I'm going in with a gingham collared shirt, and I'm tucking it into those mom jeans that I just bought. And then I'm adding a layer with this warm duster cardigan. I think winter especially is all about just adding in those warm layers. All right, so I wanted to take a minute and show you that there are 2 different ways that I can wear these jeans. I can leave them just as they are now and let the boots kind of come from underneath, or I can roll them up. I actually like both styles. I think it's really fun to be able to change it up and wear it both ways. I know people personally who have really great style and who wear it both ways, so I don't really think it has to be an either or. It can just be personal preference. But I do think that there's a lot of fun being able to change it up and style it either way. All right, and if you know anything about me, I wash my hair about twice a week. And so when we get to day like 2, 3, maybe 4, my hair sometimes needs some help. So I love calling on a hat, and wearing something that has a high neck can be a great option for a hat or just wearing your hair up in general. So I love this sweater. This was a gift several years ago. It is Michael Kors brand, and the quality is just so good. All right, so I wanted to show you the coat. This coat is such high quality, and it is going to be my best friend on cold family outings, on evenings, on blustery days. I just think this is going to be a great addition to my closet, and I'm so happy to have it. It's amazing how those few finishing touches can help your capsule feel complete.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following along with my channel. I really appreciate every person who watches. Thank you for watching and for tuning in. I will be sharing more about Project 333 as it develops and as we move from season to season. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Courtney Carver for creating this wonderful concept. All right, you guys, I will be talking to you soon.